My name is Richard Hansen, and I am the founder and the president of the Foundation for Anthropological Research and Environmental Studies. We have been working for 47 years in the Mirador Basin of northern Guatemala. The reason that this is interesting area is because it contains the largest and earliest ancient Maya cities in an extraordinary concentration of sites. 964 sites that we have found so far, forming 417 ancient cities, towns, and villages. The importance of sites like El Mirador is that it's the largest one in the basin, and actually it looks like one of the largest ancient cities in the entire Western Hemisphere. And it helps us understand the origins, the development, and collapse of complex societies and all the factors that led to that. We were the pioneers, for example, of total station technology in Guatemala, pioneers of LiDAR technology, and we had the cutting edge technology in 2015 and again in 2018 that allowed us to see the whole basin in a continuous manner that opened up our eyes to the social, economic, and economic complexity of this area. However, since then, the technology has grown exponentially. And with me is Dr. Edwin Escobar, who is bringing this new technology to let us know and understand even more about this area than we knew before.
It's been a privilege all these years to support your project, the Mirador Basin, and to bring other partners like DJI Enterprise with drones like the M300, the M350, now the M400. And we went from the L1 to the L2, now the L3. Now we're getting, the whole system itself is very robust. I mean, these are very harsh conditions for the other kind of drones. And you know, it's different from what you did in 2015, 2018 that you did with planes, that these airplanes were going faster and higher with less technology than today. But these drones are having better technology. They're flying slower and lower with the ability to get, like you said, you know, much more information. You can see the jaguars down there in the jungle.
Well, we know then, and as you well know from personal experience, this is one of the most remote and difficult projects in the world. And the fact that we're 2 to 3 day hike from the nearest road. In reality, we'll never have to do maps again of this area because the precision and the accuracy of this material will make it so that these maps will be eternal. And that's one of the contributions that, Edwin, that we see coming from this kind of technology.
We're very thankful with DJI Enterprise and the platform, not just the hardware and the great sensors and drones, but also all the software improvements that we've been seeing in the last 5 years, how the ability to scan out there in the jungle and get this information processed quickly and get this really detailed information on the ground and sections, and the ability to see the pyramids with their staircases, and it's just incredible.
So the big advantage with the L3 coupled with the 400, especially relating to this project out here in the jungle, is going to be the Matrice 400 compared to the Matrice 350, where we were seeing about 6 to 7 kilometers max range. We're seeing about 12 kilometers scan range. So that almost doubles our radius to where we could fly from home. And then coupled with the L3, obviously the big one that stands out is the 16 returns versus 5 on the previous model, the L2. That jump is huge. That allows us to fly higher, faster, and with less overlap.
And I'm in charge of the processes, not only from the mission planning, but all the way to the deliverables, such as contour topographic maps, all the way to DEMs or hill shades, like in this example, inside the project. Basically, the end-to-end that DJI offers us helps us smooth the process, not only from the flying standpoint or the execution, but all the way to the processing. This allows us to filter out the point cloud with this new L3 LiDAR sensor with the 16 returns, which will give us smoother DEMs. This translates to even smoother and clearer hill shade filters that allows us and the archaeologists to notice if there's any causeway continuity, structure, or complex around the analyzed area. Once we're done executing the mission flight inside here in El Mirador, the next step is basically just processing this information. We're very aware that we have to filter out all the non-ground points in order to get the final results. In this case are the digital elevation models, or the DEMs, which we run through a hillshade filter. A hillshade filter basically what does is exaggerates the lightnings and contrasts the structures. So structures and monuments like cities, causeways, or actually just standalone structures will stand out in this filtering process. That is what we deliver to the archaeologists so they can even further either continue the exploration or actually map and know what's happening in the specific areas that are being analyzed. DJI software actually helps us a lot in order to clean out the point cloud generated by the LiDAR sensors. So this actually helps us to be faster in delivering data and actually accurate data which we can measure heights, distances, and understand what's really going on inside of the basin.
So we're very thankful to DJI in allowing us to try out this technology in the Mirador Basin project and be able to support Richard Hanson's research for the last 47 years and having this technology help the world understand the work that Richard is doing in the Mirador Basin.